Today I'm looking at Sumi-e, a new book on the mindful art of Japanese ink painting. Now, first of all, I have to say I've had books on this subject before and I didn't really get on with them. Either they didn't inspire me or I didn't understand the instructions, and I gave up with them and donated them. This is the first book I've found that I feel is really going to help me. And this is the reason I'm going to show you this book today. Now, it's recently published in 2024 by the Herbert Press, which is part of the Bloomsbury Group. It's a softback with 176 pages, and it's a step-by-step guide suitable for all levels of experience. And something I really like is the author started to learn calligraphy when she was just 8 years old. And over the years she's gained so much experience, and this makes her a very good teacher. So we'll have a look inside. Now, I spent a weekend reading this book, and just reading it I felt very calm and relaxed. I'm not relaxed about pronunciation though, so I'm not going to pronounce the names of the titles of the chapters, but we have 4 main chapters and then we have a little bit on finishing touches and extra information. Now, the first introduction here, first of all we come to the author talking about her experiences. Listen to the sound of your brush, and you really have to read this, it's so important. And then we move on to the first chapter, which is a short history of the art, and it's got the key features, the materials, the techniques, and I love the way it shows you how to hold the brush. It shows everything in here step by step, very, very easy and clear to follow. We move on to the second chapter, the 4 Gentlemen, which is the orchid, bamboo, chrysanthemum and plum blossom. And you can see here all the steps, all the pictures, all the detail. And then we move on to the 3rd chapter, which has got flowers. Oh, beautiful magnolia. There's an awful lot in this book. And this one includes a dragonfly, a butterfly, and a sparrow. So beautiful and delicate. And then we have the final chapter, and this has some trees. Koi in a string, lotus flower in a pond. We have a rainy day, a snowy night, and we've got some finishing touches. Maintenance and tips, resources, glossary. That's obviously very important in a book like this. Some beautiful information in here. A visual reference. Now, this really is the most beautiful book on the subject that I've found. It's so comprehensive, it's so easy to understand, and just everything about this book I think is absolutely wonderful. And I think you probably won't find a more detailed or thoughtful book. And as I mentioned, I read this over a weekend and I just found it very calming, and I can't wait to have a go. And I will let you know how I get on. But at the moment, I'm just reading this book again because I feel like I need to absorb so much of the information. And it's like everything, this is a skill and you will only get better by practicing. But I think it's always good when you have a book like this to read it through quite carefully before you start, to understand what you need to get yourself into that wonderful, calm, mindful state. But I just cannot praise this book highly enough. If you're interested in this Japanese ink painting, I really honestly think this is the best book on the subject that I've found.